Ludwig, the streamer that we all know and love, the media mogul of YouTube, has unfortunately taken a pretty big L. Ludwig, a while ago, he started a project called Offbrand. This project developed into a company, and this company effectively provided event-focused stream services. A lot of Ludwig's events that he hosted, such as chess boxing, if you remember that one, were organized and run by this company, Offbrand. And we are going to go into a whole slew of information about this. This is a very interesting case. Unfortunately, the TLDR is that Offbrand, his company that he sold to his employees, unfortunately is going under. They are ceasing operations. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. This is not all unfortunate, but it's complicated. Here's the official announcement from Offbrand themselves. When we started Offbrand, our plan was to help creators bring their ideas to life. For many creators, we did that, and we're proud of everything we helped create. Our people worked hard and made amazing content, but we failed to make the events business sustainable. As a result, we've made the difficult decision to shut down that side of the business. Offbrand Games is not going anywhere. Ludwig will continue to create and host events through Mogul Moves. Thank you so much to everyone who supports and enjoyed all that we helped produce. If you're looking for talented folks in production, please check out this sheet and consider hiring them to help bring them to life. Here is when I really started to pay attention to Offbrand. I took intrigue and interest when Ludwig talked about selling his company. That company was Offbrand.
A company called Offbrand. And I made it with the goal of basically making events that I think are cool and also dope for myself. And when I retire, making events that are cool and also dope for other creators. And so far, that's worked great. A few months ago, we made the dodgeball event, which was massive. And then a week ago, I made Fast 50, which was a speedrunning event that raised over $250,000. Dude, thank you so much if you donated $250,000. That's a lot of money. But we don't just do events for me. We've done a couple events for other creators, like the Doug Shuffle-thon, which I think can only exist if you have Doug and Germa in a room together, or if you take enough mushrooms to kill a man. And we made a huge event, or worked with Cutie to make a huge event, the Streamer Awards 2024. That was produced by Offbrand as well. So you get the idea. We've done a couple of big things.
Which was very recent, for the record. So this was like, I guess, their final hurrah before going under. The clickbait here is that Ludwig sold his company. I am going to inform you that this man Ludwig, in reality, did not really sell the company. Here's the explanation.
I got some big news, because today I sold my company and I made $2. Let me explain. I made this company a year ago called Offbrand, and the goal was to make cool events for creators, which is exactly what we did. We made this event for Doug, and we also produced the Streamer Awards. We even opened up a game publishing company with this guy, and our first game comes out later this year. So why did I sell it, and why did I only make $2? And to answer that question, I have to show you who I sold the company to. It's all these people right here. Those are the employees at Offbrand, the people who get the work done, who produce events and talk to game devs and everything in between. And I sold them all my ownership for literally pennies. So now it's employee owned. It's also known as a co-op. Basically, the people who work at the company get to make the decisions on what happens with the company.
That's pretty cool.
Don't get me wrong, money's cool, but I feel like when you've made enough to spend $4,000 on a tungsten cube without batting an eye, you're pretty set. And what matters a lot more to me is making a company that people love to work at and hopefully will last long after I'm gone.
That was a lot of the initial awareness I had of this company. I was like, oh damn, Ludwig turned it into a co-op. I was genuinely impressed when I saw that, because Ludwig, he does kind of brand himself as the big mogul male media head, the businessman. It does seem like the guy generally is not actually super money hungry. I do want to say that it's possible he turned it into a co-op because it wasn't necessarily clearly profitable. The idea of a company that's core focus is on media events, and these media events are not every single day. It's not a production studio that's doing the same thing every day. That is a very hard business to sell. At the very least, it is a hard business to fund, to continue operating. And the reason for that is pretty simple. They don't have any standardized, consistent, reliable business. If every event that you're hosting is like this massive coordinated event that requires a ton of fucking work, and you need to get the contract, and it's often probably not profitable because it's just a fucking stream at the end of the day, well, yeah, of course you're gonna have a hard time finding enough business to keep it going, and you're gonna have a hard time keeping all that talent when you can't really pay them fucking exorbitant amounts. And so yes, making it into a co-op, while selfless on a certain level and cool and interesting, because here's the thing you need to understand about me and co-ops. I'm very, very intrigued by the idea, the concept of co-op. If you want to learn about co-ops yourself, you can check out Richard Wolf. Wolf. I've read a book by this Richard Wolf fella called Democracy at Work. When I first consumed this book, I was fascinated because here's the thing you need to understand is that I was educated in business, and despite being educated in business, I had never even been presented the concept of a co-op or the structure of a company. I was only educated in the traditional hierarchy of a business. The idea with co-op is that it is cooperatively owned by the people who actually work there. The people who actually sustain the fucking business, they have a stake in the profit. Co-ops, from what I have seen and observed, are usually most successful. Guess when? When the business is extremely standardized and when it is repeatable and it's reliable. Co-ops seem to be, at least from what I have seen, there are exceptions, absolutely. And there are numerous kind of production studios that operate basically like co-ops. Production studios can definitely succeed in a co-op capacity, but the main ones I've seen are usually factory based. They're selling a product. It's very much standardized, repeatable. Most people I think know this, but operating any business that is kind of unpredictable and where you need to secure clients, if a big scale client reliant business is a fucking difficult business to sustain and to at the very least reliably operate. And the reason for that is pretty simple. You have this big client that you've courted and that actually gets work done with you. You have this big source of income coming from this client. If one day the client decides they're not making enough money working with you, it's a hassle, it's annoying, they just don't want to do it anymore, or they find other people that they can pay less to do it, which is common. In the case of Offbrand, that's probably very common that creators, we just want to go with their own team. Well, guess what? That client can drop you and you're fucked. Bye-bye to like 50% of your estimated income. A lot of co-ops that I've seen are based more so on consumer goods, products that are very reliably sold. They're not fads, essential products. I'll still salute Ludwig for the attempt to create a co-op. I think it's cool and it's interesting and not in any way a bad thing. All right, I think it took balls. Here's Ludwig on what Offbrand does.
What does Offbrand do? It works with creators. Right now, the main way you've seen it is white label productions, making shows for different creators. We did one with Doug, we did one with Dog, and then it also does events for me. Just yesterday, the Valorant tournament that we also did with Tarek, another creator.
And again, if I had to guess, most of these events probably were either barely profitable or in the negative. It was just a cool thing to do, but it probably didn't make that much money.
That by itself can make money. And then the idea is to expand it and go into other verticals, some of which I can't leak. I can tell you guys offline. But
okay, the other vertical he's alluding to here is the games vertical. Now, this is where it gets even more interesting to me, at least, because I'm a little nerdy boy. The games vertical. You saw it in the post, but I think that it is very wise, or at the very least, potentially a smarter move. Potentially. It really depends, but potentially. A smarter move for this group, Offbrand, to go into the video game development lane. Why the hell would I say that? That sounds like a stupid thing to say, because game development is very difficult. And that's true. Game development is very fucking difficult. But you know what the arguably most difficult part of game development is? Marketing. The marketing makes or breaks whether a video game that is produced was worth it. When you think about Offbrand, what is their competitive advantage? What is their competitive advantage? Their connections to the world's biggest streamers. The reason that Offbrand as a company could exist, first of all, and could get new clients, second of all, was because they had these high-level connections with all of these super popular streamers, thanks to Ludwig and other influencers. On top of that, interestingly, Germa, the man who's wanted in 47 states, Germa, I believe, was the creative or one of the creative directors at Offbrand. That makes it a little bit extra sad that it's not working out. So we got Stans. Stans is apparently, I think, in charge of the marketing department.
Including some BTS footage in the breaks was a great way to promote the Fansly. Hey.
So this is him talking about an event they had that was sponsored by Fansly, which is basically OnlyFans. And so, yeah, it was his bright idea to...
It was a real marketing maverick who came up with that idea. Someone who's known for big business on Twitch. This guy. I was in the call with the agency that represents Fansly, and I was like, why would you want the ad read? Why don't we just play the content in the breaks? Although, to be fair, we were supposed to replace the ad reads with the content in the breaks, but what are you going to do? I was trying to take as much of the burden away from XQC as possible.
So, yeah, that stands. And then there is Ludwig talking about the game studio.
I'm here today because I have an announcement, something we've been working on for a long time. Because I love video games. I've been playing a lot of video games, but I wanted to tackle the other side of gaming.
Okay.
and I have this company, Offbrand. We've been able to do a lot of cool productions, and we thought, what if we made our own game publishing company? Yeah, and so we're here to announce Offbrand Games, but it wouldn't make a lot of sense if another random YouTuber made a game publishing company. So I'm not doing it alone, and I have a director of strategy here with me, aka the guy on your YouTube feed, Pirate Software Thor.
Hey, everybody.
Who I'm super
Hey.
pumped to share this with.
Hey, it's Thor. Dude, this guy has exploded onto the scene. He's a very popular streamer now, but yeah, he's an interesting figure. And I'll say this much. I don't know if Offbrand Games, okay, this new kind of subsect of Offbrand, I don't know if that's a co-op. In fact, it seems like Offbrand Games is a completely different spin-off, probably relatively unrelated to the production side of things. The reason I'm saying that is because this post, right, this official post, says that if you're looking for talented folks in production, please check out this sheet and consider hiring them to help bring your projects to light, okay? And they have this spreadsheet with all these individuals. I don't think this is doxing because these people are looking for work, I guess, and are okay with being put on here, I think. So, yeah. Anyway, all that to say, basically, I think that the co-op aspect is probably getting dropped, if I had to guess. At the very least, maybe it's being reduced. I don't know. I really do wonder if Ludwig will address whether or not this games segment is a co-op as well. And I think the answer is probably not, but we'll see. But yeah, it makes sense that he would partner with Pirate Software. Pirate Software is an experienced, from what I'm aware, game developer. I believe he worked at Blizzard. I think it was Blizzard that he worked at. And yeah, I think that working with Pirate Software makes it more likely that the game will be completed. All right, they're already behind schedule. I know that because they wanted to finish it before the end of 2024, but they're obviously not doing that, and they're fucking laying off, or basically dissolving, I should say, the other aspect, the other side of Offbrand, right, the production side. Yeah, let me take a look real quick. Our boy Ludwig.
My plan to quit streaming. And in this video,
Yeah, so here's him breaking down like his long-term plan a few months ago, maybe a year ago. He really was optimistic about Offbrand. Is what I got the vibe of. But let's see.
so I talked about how I made a company called Offbrand, and over the next 5 years, I'm going to phase away from streaming and work at this company full time. And since then, we've done a few huge projects like Mogul Chess Boxing, Germa's Christmas Special, and even XQC's Juiced, which we were just happy he showed up.
XQC's Juiced. Understood.
But outside of that, things have been kind of quiet because we've been working on a lot behind the scenes, and we can now finally talk about it. One of the coolest, I think, Germa has officially joined Offbrand. He is now my coworker. He's part of the team as our Chief Creative Officer. And you might be wondering, well, what the hell is Germa doing at Offbrand, and is he quitting streaming?
It's tragic.
And the answer to those is, well, I'll let Germa say it himself. And no, he is not also quitting streaming. He will also be streaming. But let's listen to what Germa is doing at Offbrand.
I really want to work with creators and streamers, YouTubers, whoever that wants to do something that will come through Offbrand, and we'll talk and we'll develop it. I'm going to do my best. Hopefully I can make everybody, especially everybody here that's been watching the shows and watching the stuff that I've been doing for so long. I just hope that you like the stuff that I do over there too.
Love Germa.
Because I'm going to put the same effort, the same time. I'm going to put as much as I can into each one of these things.
He's so great.
Let's play Katamari.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I forgot. Okay. Anyway, that's Germa in his own words saying what he's going to do at Offbrand. Basically, if you are a creator and you want to come to Offbrand with an idea, you can now work with Germa directly to make sure your idea is wildly creative. And you can also work with me if you want. I'm also here. Officer to make sure we make money. We have a guy studios. So give some love to the Twitter page if you wouldn't mind. And if you're thinking, Ludwig, this sounds really expensive,
You're absolutely right.
right. You are absolutely correct. This is really, really expensive, which is why we've also added Kelby May, who was formerly at Loaded and is now our Chief Revenue Officer to make sure we make money.
He did not do his job to a sufficient level.
We have a guy who can make us money, some of the best production people in the business, and a Germa. What are we doing with all that?
Dissolving the company, sadly.
A lot of cool events over the next year, two of which we've already announced that are happening over the next month. The first one is Sea-Dog VA's charity auction stream. We're hoping to raise as much money as possible for the IDF, which is not the Israeli
That scared the fuck out of me. What the hell?
Defense Force. It is the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is something that Connor's super passionate about, and I hope you guys tune into that. It'll be June 29th, and the other event is the return of the Ludwig Championship Series. Now, there's no return of the Smash Summit. I think that is something intrinsic to what Beyond the Summit was, but there is still a way to help esports like Smash, like maybe Valorant, by returning the Ludwig Takes Invitational, which was produced by Beyond the Summit, which now could be produced by Offbrand Studios. Those are the types of ideas we can do, and also maybe an idea with you. If you are a creator watching and you want to do an idea, hit me up, hit my line. I'm free. All right, man, come on. And you can work with German now. That's pretty dope. Anyway, that's it. That's what I wanted to update you guys on. You know, this will be where I eventually retire in 5 years, so I feel like it could be cool info.
Damn. So it looks like Ludwig's retirement plan might have fallen through. I want to show you the walkthrough that they've done of the studio, I guess, that they were operating out of, because I did think it was fucking interesting. But yes, here's them hosting the Streamer Games 2024. A lot of cool stuff. Here's what I'll say. Like, you want to hate? I saw someone in the chat, okay, hating on Jennifer McKinnon. Okay, she said, Ludwig is the biggest bullshitter ever. Failure after failure. He likes to think of himself as a brilliant businessman. Nope. Yes, I guess you have to acknowledge that this is a failure, yes, but he tried, okay? And here's the thing. I'm a bit of a simp for people who try to do something new, to do the right thing in some ways, but at the very least, people who are trying to kind of innovate. And I do think that a lot of the events that they organized and hosted were somewhat innovative. You know what I mean? It's impressive to get this many people together, to do some of the stunts and whatever that they've done. I think it is cool, and I do wish that it succeeded to a greater extent. However, I definitely understand why it didn't, okay? And I am very curious to learn a little bit more about their plans with this game studio. In fact, let's take a little look-see right now, okay? Offbrand. Maybe if I go to their website, I'll be able to find something. Here it is, offbrand.gg, baby. Games, pitch your game, co-op. Okay, let's see. So this is the co-op announcement. Pretty recent announcement. We're becoming a worker cooperative. When we started this company, we did so with the belief that creators deserve to own a fair share of the value they create. Over time, we've come to realize that the same philosophy should extend to the people at Offbrand. Each full-time Offbrand employee will have a vote on the direction of the company, and our profit pool will be shared evenly among co-op members. We want each person at Offbrand to be empowered and to have a say. Decide collectively on our future and benefit from those decisions. We believe this will lead to a stronger, happier, and more sustainable company. You just add insult to injury. Who just bonked my head? Yo, Cloudy Koi, holy shit. Thank you for the 5 bones. At least he's not like Hassan, who just makes opinions and false promises over and over. Hassan also brought a terrorist on Twitch Live. Thank you for the 5 bones, Cloudy Koi. Yeah, well, this is the thing, is that Ludwig putting his money where his mouth is to a certain extent impressed me, okay? Him actually choosing to make it a worker cooperative. Here's the thing that needs to be swallowed, though, Mr. Cloudy Koi. I'm pretty sure that Ludwig made his company a worker cooperative on the council to a degree of Hassan, because I'm pretty sure that that is a talking point of Hassan. Ludwig is friends with Hassan, whatever you'd say. I do think that that was influenced by Hassan to an extent, okay? Now, just because something was influenced by Hassan does not automatically make the thing bad. I think it is a cool thing to try and make a worker cooperative work. Now, it is not a common method of organizing a company, and so I understand how it could complicate and how, in this case, it did not work out. But at the same time, I respect the extent that they tried. Okay. Now, I still don't know if the game studio is. Let's just see. Off-brand games. Rivals of Aether. Okay.
What is a rival? Can it be a foe? A foe. Okay.
Dude, it's a Smash clone. No? It actually looks good.
Made Zegerberg.
It's 100% a Smash clone, though. But okay. Okay, look, I'll say visuals are pretty good. Soundtrack's pretty good. It's got a lot of positive reviews, and so if we're gonna take it, it's probably sold a decent amount. Now, here's the thing: I'm getting a vibe that this probably is mainly a publishing studio, and if we're gonna say it's a publishing studio, that basically just means that they're not necessarily developing the games, they are more so marketing the games, which again makes sense given the idea, the fact, whatever, that the biggest competitive advantage that Offbrand had was its association with all these massive creators with massive influence. So, a downgrade. I'm going to say it. It's a downgrade, of course. But yes, hopefully more interesting things can continue to come, I guess. Cloudy Koi. I'm a woman. That makes sense. Oh, understood. Thank you, Cloudy Koi, for the $2. Merci beaucoup. I'm not against a Smash clone, but yeah, you've got to have personality and make it look unique. Does this imply Smash isn't for furry? I see. Okay. So, I want to show you guys real quick before we start ragging on his game studios projects. I want to show you the tour, okay, that Ludwig provided to Colin and Samir. You know Colin and Samir? I got criticisms of them, but at the end of the day, I think that they do something kind of interesting. It's an interesting meta-analysis of content creation. And I want to show you Ludwig's featurette with them, okay? Look at this. Look at the irony, all right? Ludwig framed his video with Colin and Samir as "my company is dying," okay? And it's played off as a joke, as like some joke, quirky advertising. But I think it might have just been sincere the entire time, that this company has been extremely hard for him to sustain, okay? And that, again, probably did inform his decision to make it a co-op. But yes, inside Ludwig's YouTube streaming empire 9 months ago.
All right.
50K.
So this is a $50,000 event.
Yes.
Wait, so they have the yard, they have mogul moves, all right? So they go through all this shit, but we're going to focus in, all right, on this second day where they go to the offices where Offbrand Studios operates, okay? Now let's microanalyze and let's judge. What do we think about Offbrand Studios? It's the first thing I will say for the record. This is a very, very large studio that they have, considering that they are located, I'm assuming, downtown LA. That's a lot of space. And it's renovated.
Okay, this is where we're doing the main event today. This is where we're gonna find the best Smash player in the world. This is like an old set that we made for an event called Brew Battles, where we made a bar, and we just kept it because it's kind of cool to have a bar.
That is so insane. They created a bar for an event, man. These guys did not spare expenses, it seems like. Maybe they did, but I don't know.
That's cool. What does something like this cost to put
He's gonna say too much.
on?
I don't know. Nate, how much do you think this whole event costs?
I think we budgeted around 50.
All right.
50K.
So this is a $50,000 event.
Yes.
That is, you make it back by just building the brand of Offbrand, and
With Smash, you don't make it back.
you don't make it back.
Samir, you gotta
Okay.
just, you gotta
You
own
just
that.
eat it.
You don't make it back.
Oh, fuck. Boys, you probably didn't have to spend 50K on this event. To be fair, though, to be completely honest with you, I don't know why, but 50K actually sounded lower than I would expect. But, of course, I don't think that 50K is including, like, the salaries of the employees and their time. It's probably just, like, literal hard expenses. But
Just eat it.
You just eat it.
It leads into today, specifically, we're doing another event right after for Rivals. It's a game that came out.
Okay.
And we published it.
Right. They published it. So there it is. They published the game. So let's see. Rivals game. Is that what we were just looking at? Yeah, my bad. Rivals of Aether is, or Ether, whatever. So yes, they published the game. That is different than developing the game.
And so this event will immediately roll into the finale of the Kickstarter, where they've raised almost $1 million. And that makes money. Want to try your luck at the boxing machine?
Absolutely.
Sure. This has taken victims before.
Didn't Logan Paul, like, break his hand doing this?
Yeah, he did.
Right?
Really? He missed and he was drunk.
Okay. Sweating a little bit.
He broke his hand. Crazy.
Guys, 489.
You know, it feels good to kind of
Why
get
are
in
you
the
looking at
vibe.
me before you punch it?
Just, I don't know, I'm
feel like
sizing you up a little bit. Just like if we...
You're
if
gonna
we-
miss or some shit.
Okay.
Can you show us weak boys how a man does it?
We weren't as forward.
That's how I do it.
I love how you do it because it looks cool.
Wow, you're the sevens?
Damn.
No, actually not. Actually worse.
No, actually not.
We can cut that one.
All right, let's check out the main area.
Let's do it. You got any bedrooms in here? This is creepy. Is this like a Squid Game thing?
Dude, are you guys taking in how much studio space this is? Holy fuck.
Could be a bedroom. No, we have to keep them in.
That's crazy, dude. They have fucking 40 DX racers. My god. Clearly these, I guess, I'm hoping these are sponsored. Jesus.
Here.
Just imagine there's someone like sitting in the middle.
Oh, hey.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
That's funny.
Waiting for.
I'm waiting for the event to start.
Right, sure. All right, man. Well, hey, I'll just leave you to it.
Okay.
You look good in there, though.
All right, see
we
you
think
guys.
you look really good.
All right.
You did. Just Samir and Samir.
Whoa, what the hell is this?
It's my office.
Okay.
This is where I work. This is where I do my paperwork, my busy work, my phone calls.
Yeah.
What have you. This is the studio set for a new show. That is going to cost.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Colin,
apologize.
that's not free.
I took some liberties there I should not have taken. I apologize. Just haven't seen a stapler in a while.
Please, stress me out.
I'm sorry, Mr. CEO. I apologize.
I have a new show that I'm going to do here, and the goal was to make it look like a boring office.
Okay.
And the show's called Unpaid Intern, where I get 4 people and I find which one will become my new unpaid intern.
Oh, so it's kind of like The Apprentice.
Kind of, but the people that are competing is like Michelle Carre and Jay Schlatt.
Oh, wow.
So they're not
that's
actually
funny.
going to do it, but
Yeah.
it'll.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So explain to me the premise of Offbrand. Is it event production or just kind of a production and creative agency that can do all kinds of different things?
This is actually interesting because now we are going to see what Ludwig himself, the guy who founded the company, what his true vision is for the platform, because it does seem schizophrenic. That's the thing. Okay, I say that in a flippant way, but like it seems unfocused, okay? It's like clearly there's some weird tension going on, I think, between the publishing side of it, right? Like the video game tying in, and the fact that like the events are fun, but they're a lot of work and they're a lot of money, and they don't really have overt benefit, right? Like they need to tie in basically the advertising of the game almost as a secondary thing to supplement justifying the events.
So Offbrand Productions, I feel like to understand it, you got to know about Beyond the Summit, which was an esports productions team of like 60 people that existed for a long time, was super respected, but dissolved because esports got tough.
Interesting. So those DX racers that we saw, they said Beyond the Summit on them.
We environ just for our gamer.
What? What? What did you just say? Who the fuck? Am I muted? What did you say? I hate when people use the Russian. The Russian! Bro, what did you say? I'm gonna fucking scalp. What the fuck? So weird. Oh, Elite Eater. Thank you for the $1, bro. We have rooms just for our gamer chairs, lols. Yeah, I guess that's weird, but it seems like it's being explained by the fact that there's this company that existed that dissolved. This company dissolved. And when it dissolved, if I had to guess, they probably bought a bunch of their assets in bulk. You know what I mean? Like they probably bought those DX racers for like, I don't know. I have no clue, but a discounted rate. You know what I mean? Let's see though.
And Offbrand came in and wanted a production team, and we worked with Beyond the Summit a lot.
Got it.
And so a lot of key players from there came over and made.
Right. So yeah, they basically acquired them in a sense. You know what I mean? They scalped them.
Offbrand Productions. So I think it's doing shows specifically for creators, building a relationship, maybe doing other things with those creators.
You see that? You see that? They have like all these
So a lot of key players from there came over and made Offbrand Productions.
They have all these mission statements. What was this one? That just events, right? They have events, shows
specifically for creators,
events,
building
streams,
a relationship, maybe
games,
doing other things with those creators as well, whether it's like creating a product alongside, publishing a game with them, but it's just trying to do more.
So this.
Okay, so yeah, that was a super, not convincing mission statement or like set of goals. You know what I mean? Basically, what I'm understanding is that they're just like more general. Like if a creator needs help with a production or advertising a game, we can step in.
This space is basically a series of different sets.
This space is basically a series of different sets, also offices where all the people work, because it's a company, there's like 25 people here today.
Dude, 25 fucking employees. Holy shit, this is I can definitely see how this would be hard to maintain.
Just working, so we'll see them buzzing around and doing stuff. But yeah, right now it's just a bunch of sets. This is one of the sets. It'll be here for a while. This is the remnants of a set.
Oh, this is the dodgeball stuff. This is sick. A set like this is built for one day.
Yes.
And then it's gone.
Forever.
Forever. I mean, this is so custom. It's crazy.
Blood. Look, here's what is obvious to me. this is a professional production studio. This is very cool stuff. It's also definitely very expensive. And you would definitely need reliable fucking clients to even remotely attempt to keep this sustainable. Something that they probably don't actually have and did not have, which is again why they're probably dissolving. And at the same time, it sounds like they absorbed a professional studio that failed, right? And there might have been a very core reason as to why they failed that ended up obviously bleeding into Offbrand, the next iteration, failing as well.
These don't. No, they don't press. You can't.
Like, this is impressive as fuck, but not necessary. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. This is a lot of stuff justifying people's jobs, which they do seem good at, right? Like, this is cool and custom. But yes, this is probably just a crazy fucking added expense.
Use this as a controller.
That's the next level, though. I can't game with this.
No, I can't game with this? Okay. All right. It's
not quite as impressive.
All right, let's go check out control room before they take over control room.
So what's going on right now?
Holy fuck, dude. To be completely frank with you, the scale of this operation highly exceeds what I expected. This is a lot.
It's above my pay grade.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, the vibe I get is that Ludwig doesn't really fucking work here. Yeah, he works with these people, and these people help him with his events, but I don't think that he's actually really dealing with much on the day-to-day.
I don't understand.
But like some sort of like rehearsal for what's about to come.
Yeah, it's a rehearsal for the... It seems serious. It is. They're working. They're working for real. Yeah. It's like a real job.
These guys are like, what the fuck are you doing here?
You guys want to go to the kitchen, get food? Sure. Usually they have Uncrustables.
They got, the mic.
Oh, looks.
The mic just died, man. They don't have any caffeinated products, bro. Sheesh. No wonder they've went under, bro. I'm just kidding.
Kitchen, get food? Sure. Usually they have...
So they got Coca-Cola, they got Sprite, they got Gatorade, they got LaCroix. Where's the food?
Uncrustables. Oh, looks like we got them.
Frozen.
They are better from the freezer.
What?
This is like what I would expect gamers and streamers to eat. I don't know if that's like rude.
It is, but it's also true.
Sure.
So I can't be hurt, unfortunately. You look like you're suffering for some reason.
No, I just look like that. I love it.
I'm usually allergic to peanut butter.
I think it's great.
I love it. Who is my EpiPen? I love it.
What do you feel like you've done right in Offbrand, and what do you feel like you've done wrong?
I think a lot of people are really obsessed with like being the center of it. I think there's a lot of ego in that, and I think that can be like a detriment. But I'm really cool and excited at the idea of this operating without me, which I think makes Offbrand a more powerful company. And so one of my biggest goals this past year that we just announced last week is that we're making Offbrand workers co-op.
Oh yeah, dude.
And so the people who work here will just own the company, and they will have votes equal to even the board of directors on the big decisions, who runs a company, what we do, what we use the surplus for. And that's part of the co-op is like, hey, here's how much we made. Here's how much stuff costs. Here's our projections for how much we're gonna make. I don't get why companies keep that stuff private for like the higher ups to know.
Well, I do. It's because you don't want your workforce understanding how much money's actually being made, whether bad or good, for the record, by the way. Because if it's good, if you're making a fuck ton of money and your employee's making fuck all, obviously that sucks. You know, the employee will register like, wait a minute, you're telling me that I provide probably hundreds of thousands of dollars of value and I get paid $30K? They'll basically, want more money. And then it's even worse potentially if they reveal it to them and they're not making much money, because, well, then that person will feel unstable in their job and might start looking elsewhere for employment.
It's like the people who are doing the shit also need to know, or can, like, it helps if they know.
How does that work? Like functionally, is that like...
I really would love to have a real conversation about how the fuck they operated, because I genuinely want to learn the ins and outs of actually applicable co-ops, okay? Again, this was a complete fucking blindsight for me, despite having been educated in the fucking field of business or whatever. I never learned anything about co-ops, and so the idea is so interesting to me. It's very fucking exciting in a way, right? Because it's like, wow, you could organize a business around collective ownership. But yes, there is not really very many examples to learn from at the moment. So this would be a great case study if I could only get the details.
The democratic system of voting, and
For this one specifically, there's still a board of directors to deal with day-to-day decisions, which usually happens at a co-op that has like a larger amount of employees, because you don't want to have a meeting for like, hey, are we allowed to let Colin hit the stapler? Like that'd be, you know.
Yeah.
the answer is no.
The answer is no.
The answer is no.
Sure.
The answer is no.
Okay.
The answer is no.
Yep. Okay.
But I think we have a board of directors to do day-to-day decisions, and then everyone in the company, you know, one worker, one vote, can decide who that board is and change people in that board. And that is like the big power point, is that, you know, your job is not secure just because you had a good relationship with the CEO or whatever.
You said that esports is such a difficult industry.
Dying
industry.
Yeah.
Fuck. Esports, man. That's a big L.
Why is that, and what are you guys doing that is different? Is it the emphasis on individual creators?
This might be too inside baseball, but they used to do
Bro, I want to hear the inside baseball, bro. What the fuck else is Colin and Samir's channel even supposed to be worth if you don't give them the inside baseball, bro?
events here called Smash Summit. It was
Smash
Beyond the
Summit.
Summit, Smash Summit. And it was basically a bunch of people would come and play for like 4 days here. The viewership would be good, like 50K, maybe 35, 40K average. Over the course of 4 days, right, 10 hours a day. I found out that they were getting paid less money for those 4 days from one of their sponsors than I was from the same sponsor for a one-day event with less viewership. They made like 30K off a brand opportunity for Smash Summit, and I made 50K off of a tournament that got one fraction of the viewership. That fucked my worldview. And so then I was like, okay, we should do all the stuff through creators. Like we shouldn't just do a raw Smash Summit that's branded to this company. We should do it Ludwig's Championship Series or Moist Critical's, you know, Ultimate Championship, whatever it is.
How much of this company do you own?
I want to say it's like 30. It's around there. But I don't know. And I'm also down to lose it all.
How far out right now are we from the tournament starting? What time is it?
Maybe like an hour?
Hour out.
Hello, gamers. Hello, gentlemen.
I see. So Ludwig still owns like 30% of the company, I think, which makes more sense. Makes more sense because when he says that he sold his company for $2, yeah, it's not that he sold the entire company. He just sold, you know, whatever decent amount of, I guess, the rights and certainly the operation decision-making rights or whatever.
How we doing? How we feeling?
What's up? Good, how are you?
Ready? Excited?
Yeah.
Hell
Really
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun as shit.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and on cam, bring us in.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the match. Today we are going to determine.
Oh no, dude, Ludwig's supposed to be here, not here. This is Slime.
The #1 best Smash player in the world. I am Slime turned into Ludwig Ogren, joined here.
Oh, nice.
By
dude, he caught that. He's quick.
Joshy.
When you're making live content, the stakes are incredibly high because it could go down at any moment. It all just has to,
You could reveal that you skin rats for a hobby.
like, actually be entertaining in front of the camera live at that exact moment. So all of this stuff to me is like overwhelming and feels stressful, but it's really cool to see how calm Ludwig is with all this. Like he's just so used to it. And I do think that live content is such a big part of the next chapter of the creator economy because it gets everyone watching at the same time. It's an event. You actually don't know what's going to happen next. And I think when right now YouTube has gotten more and more predictable, live content is live. You don't know what's going to happen. So it's exciting.
Cody has won the first to 10. He is #1 in the world.
10-7.
Okay. All right. The takeaways. I won't lie to you guys. I'm getting a vibe that Ludwig kind of jumped into this, pretty much inherited the prior company, okay, that was described, and pretty well was not able or fully aware of how to keep it sustainable. And so in order to keep it sustainable, he hired a, you know, some kind of financial officer. And the financial officer like he can try and course correct and make sure that the numbers are adding up, but the financial officer cannot secure clients. The financial officer cannot ensure regular income is coming in, right? Necessarily. And so yeah, unfortunately, it seems like this is the end of Offbrand's chapter. So yeah, if you want to host a stream event, looks like you've just got to do it guerrilla mode. Guerrilla. But yeah, I respect the effort. I respect it. Definitely, look, here's the thing, right? People can view it as Ludwig being selfish or whatever bullshit you want to whatever. I think that it was an interesting experiment. I think that he was sincere in wanting it to work. Okay, whether he put the work in to make it work is debatable maybe, but at the same time, it's like he tried. He definitely tried. This definitely distracted a lot of his attention, I'm sure. Really programmed NPCs. Custom Gokanaru products, straight from the Sneeko video, are only being sold at gokamerch.com. Okay? If you would like to buy a limited edition memento from the Sneeko video, you have to go to gokamerch.com and sign up for the email list. And then you'll get notified. You won't even have to stress, because when they're available, you'll just get a text. And while you're at the store, on my head. 1 second, I'm plugging, bro. When you're at the store, we have some new items in the merch shop. And if you buy anything, okay? If you buy anything up till Christmas, we'll include free sticker. Free sticker. Okay? Whether it be this sticker, cute little sticker, or one of the other sticker packs, okay? So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future.